Hello everybody and welcome back to Driving with Goldbridge. I've just been eyeballed by a massive black Land Rover. I looked at this driver and she looked like an 80-year-old Jimmy Savile, eyeballing me. She's handy. Anyway, great to be back with Driving with Goldbridge, one of my favourite bits of content. I don't even care how many views we get. It really doesn't matter to me because it's just so niche. I just really enjoy it, so it's great to be back. It's freezing cold today and it's also very, very, very bright and sunny, and people don't know how to drive because you're driving in the middle of the road. You need to move over. Thank you. There we go. Goldbridge is in the house. Learn how to drive in 2024. Anyway, lots to talk about. Manners, some amazing headlines from 2023, and trying to avoid this sun in my face, which is, yeah. You never think about driving with Goldbridge and the weather conditions. It's a bright sunny day and the brightness is going to be a factor here, but two hands on the wheel, that's how we do things here. But look, let's start off. In fact, I just want to talk about selfishness as a big factor straight away. People are rude. People are rude. I was walking home the other day from taking Seb to school, and I'm walking down the pavement and there's a load of people parked up because they're dropping their kids off as well. Three mothers. I'm not being sexist, they were women. There was no checks done, but they look like women. And VAR, we're going to VAR. Could be Brian May. And yeah, they were stood talking in the pavement, and it was obviously, again, Range Rover. One of the mothers, it was obviously her car, because she was like, had a hand on it, like, you know, this is my car. And they're having a chat. They can see me coming, and I'm walking along the pavement, and none of them move. None of them move. In fact, they all glanced at me and then carried on talking. Must be bloody City fans or something, but didn't move at all. So I had to walk on someone's grass to go past. And I thought to myself as I went past, it's not worth saying something and getting into an argument about something like that, especially when they could be parents of who've got kids in Seb's class. So I was like, oh, I'm sort of leave it, and I sort of chunted, or did it like a, you know, tut. That's the middle class thing to do, isn't it? Tut. But I thought to myself, well, if we truly do live in an equal world now and equality does exist, really, I should have grabbed her, put her in a stone cold stunner, and dropped her on the floor. I think I you know, see what you think about not moving out of the way then, with your upper class shrug. And then the mates get involved, and I go to the top rope, jump on a Range Rover, off the top rope on one, and he's gonna go for the tombstone on the other. See how they like their shrugs then? But it's just manners, isn't it? It's just bloody manners. Some people just haven't got any. I mean, what's old Jimmy Savile woman looking at me like that for then? I was waiting at the junction and she's there, giving it the big un. You look an absolute idiot in a massive Land Rover like that as well, love. You're about 80 years of age, you should be on a Motability scooter, driving a Range Rover. She could kill a cow in that. Madness. But look, you know, in fairness, selfishness, I've got to say, selfishness does exist, doesn't it? We're going slow now because we're stuck behind a big lorry, which actually sort of suits the content. It's not a lorry, it's a skip. He's turning in. Get your skipping in January. Clear out for January. Everybody's so predictable, aren't they? January, gotta stop drinking alcohol, stop eating chocolate, down the gym 3 times a day. Idiots. Get the skip in, get rid of all the rubbish. Yeah, absolute idiots. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I do marginal gains. I've been doing marginal gains before Sir David Brailsford did it at Ineos. He's not invented the bloody cure to COVID. Marginal gains is doing things in proportion but stepping forward. So I will I train twice a week. I say train, I'm not like bloody Theo Baker. I'm like, you know, I'll do a bit of strenuous exercise twice a week. That's what I will do. And now, if I want to make an improvement, I'll do it 3 times a week. But January people go and do 6 days a week, and it's never going to happen. It's never sustainable. People do the most ridiculous things in January and then they give up in February. It's like giving up alcohol and then start February the 1st down the pub, yeah? We'll have a right good drink. How's about don't give up alcohol for January at all? just give up one day a week where you don't drink. You know, if you're a social drinker who drinks on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, give up Sunday. And you could do that for the whole year. Marginal gains. But it's good this time of year because you do just see loads of people. I used to hate it when I used to work. I think I've said it before. You know, in the last house but one, I used to get the train to work. I don't now. I'd get a chauffeur. I'm loaded. But no, I don't. But anyway, I wouldn't. I'd get the train and working class, man of the people. But the point I'm trying to make is that I used to get the train to work, and I used to go and get the train at like 6:30. You'd never see anybody. It was a 10-minute walk to the train station. You'd never see anybody. You wouldn't see people walking to get to the train because people actually used to drive to the train station, which I never understood. If you're in walking distance, come on. Exercise and environment, EE. Way before Kevin Bacon was on it. But my point is, in January, you'd be walking along, 10 minutes to yourself, thoughts. In January, you couldn't move for people coughing and breathing all over you because they're unfit trying to go on a run in the morning. You know, motivational January, my arse. Although I was taking, again, I was taking one of the kids to football the other day, and this is really funny actually. We're driving along, and there's this path, and there's a guy with all the gym gear on. You know, he's got the hoodie, he's got the Under Armour stuff on, he's got the bloody trainers, he's got the tracksuits, he's got the lot, right? But he's on an electric scooter, going quite fast, but he's on an electric scooter, and the mind just boggles here. Like, what are you trying to achieve? You're not doing exercise. You've put your trainers on, you've put your tracksuits on, you've got your Whoop on, you've got all this tracking you, right? You're not doing exercise, mate. You're moving fast, yeah, and you're getting very red in the face because it's cold, but you're not doing exercise. I'd love to have had a chat with him. You could tell he wasn't going anywhere. He was like, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's a place where people go running. It's a long road, but he's doing it on an electric scooter. The calories he thinks he's burning because his sports watch is saying, yeah, you're moving at such and such distance. You know, you're traveling, mate. You're not doing anything. It's like horse riding. People who do horse riding. My sister's into horse riding, and she thinks it's a really strenuous exercise. I said, you're basically sat on a moving chair. No. Proper horse riding, you don't do that. Proper horse riding, you don't do that. Yeah. You know why it says you've gone 3 miles? You've sat on a mobile chair. You know, you're not doing anything strenuous. But anyway, this guy on his electric scooter, I guarantee if you stopped him and said, what exercise have you done today? Oh, I've done 4 miles. Yeah, on an electric scooter. No. You know, you don't realise, you know, you've got to turn it. You know, you've got to balance on it. Also, it's really cold, so you're getting all that, you know, intensity and energy from, you know, fighting the cold. Yeah, mate, you'd be better off getting a chair in your own house, opening the freezer and sticking your face in front of it. That's basically what you're doing. You're not moving, you're just getting cold air on your face. Prat. But January's full of them. It's full of them. It really is. Full of prats. They'll all be gone in February. I wonder statistically, I don't want to know this, but statistically, I wonder actually how many people die in January because they start doing too much physical exercise that their body's not used to. I'd love to know the statistics on that. You know what? I actually think they keep it quiet on purpose. But yeah, it's crazy in January, isn't it? But back to the selfish person, the stone cold stunner. I think we're all inherently selfish. I really do. I don't think that there's I don't think you need to moan about it. I really don't. I think selfishness is something we all fight, but we are all inherently selfish. We are. And I often think, like, well, here's an experiment for you, the listener and the viewer. If you were on a plane with 20 like, there's 21 people on a plane, right? And you've got 20 parachutes. And of those 21 people, they're all friends and family, yeah? Selective. You don't choose them, they're just various friends and family. At what point do you take a parachute for yourself? Or are you going to stay on the plane and not make it? Now, everybody's going to go, oh, I'm just such a nice, I just love my friends and family. You know, I would pass them the parachutes and say, have a great life. Go and live your lives and remember me. Remember me. Yeah, they will remember you for about a few hours, and on your funeral they'll say, oh, he was so selfless, and then 3 months later they'll be on a holiday to Mallorca having sangria, having the time of their lives. They won't think about you anymore. So we all have to have a part of selfishness towards us. I'll tell you for free, 21 people, friends and collective family, there's no way I'm not taking a parachute. Like, I'm not taking the first one, I'm not completely selfish, I'm not like, see you later, I'm off. You know, wife, kids, certain friends, they can go first. But when it gets to Dave, my mate Dave, he ain't having a parachute ahead of me. Oh, as he takes it, goes, cheers mate, don't worry, I'll be moving in on your wife and your pension within months. Yeah, you go and have a great life, Dave. Piss off. No. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. In fact, I think it's a positive to be selfish, because if you're selfish if you care for the people you care about and then discard the people you don't, you could be more generous to the people you care about. For example, if you're going to a wedding and you don't really like the people, don't get them a wedding present, and when they moan about it, say, I'm saving up for a Porsche. It's selfish, but it's focused selfishness. Whereas if it was your child's wedding, I definitely don't mean, not like that, I'm not from that sort of culture. You know, I'm not marrying off my kids. When they're old enough to get married, then obviously I'm going to buy them a good present, because you're in the ring of trust. You're in the ring of I care. But, you know, we're all allowed to be selfish, I think. And I don't think that we necessarily are open to that undisputable fact. Selfishness is fine within the parameters, and as I said, put me on a plane with 20 parachutes and 21 selected people, friends and family. Some of you are not getting a parachute ahead of me. That's absolutely fine. Survival of the fittest, well, some people say I'm good looking, but that's got nothing to do with it. Yeah, definitely. But I tell you what, talking about survival, I'm on one of those social media things. I don't know whether it was TikTok or Instagram the other day, and the internet's very clever, isn't it? It will dictate to you things that you're interested in. Like, I was looking for some white trainers a couple of weeks ago, and now I can't move for trainer adverts that come up. Very, very clever. Analytics, whatever. Can be quite useful as well, you know. I'm now thinking about getting another pair of trainers, but basically what I was trying to say is that there is definitely a scenario whereby you get played videos and clips that they think you're interested in, and they're normally right. Anyway, this shot, there's this I was going to say woman, but let's be diverse, it could have been anything. Basically they're in a diver's uniform, so I just can't tell. Anyway, this shark's coming towards them, and it's a tiger shark, and tiger sharks can be shits, you know. Great white sharks do get all of the blame when it comes to being well, Jaws the film didn't help, but tiger sharks will eat you. Anyway, this diver's there, and this tiger shark's coming towards them, and basically it says, if a tiger shark comes towards you, lock your arm out like that, and then as it goes past, just touch its nose and sort of push it away, but glide down the side of its body. Don't do any sudden movements, and just be still. Anyway, this diver does it. It obviously works, and it's a big bloody shark, and it obviously works. There's just a big problem with this for you and me. If I'm in the water and it's a bloody big tiger shark coming towards me, I'm not going to think, oh, I must remember to lock my elbow in an L shape, and as it goes past, Just touch its nose and gradually push it away like a friend. I mean, for one, I'm probably going to be safe from the brown mist that surrounds the fog around the shark as I shit myself. But there's just no way I'm going to even think about that. Calm down. I know it could eat me, but I've just got to lock my shoulder, lock my arm, stroke along its nose and glide it away and not panic. The most important thing is don't let it know that you're panicking. Well, I think it's going to figure out I'm panicking very quickly as I desperately try to swim away, screaming and shouting underwater. But yeah, survival, hey. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the stuck at a red light. Story of my life. Stuck at a red light. Some interesting headlines from 2023, and we like to be diverse on here, you'll notice that already, but basically a couple of headlines I saw from 2023 that I thought I'd bring in, because remember, we've done it before where we have the local news story headlines. So in Minneapolis airport, they seized a load of syringes of vaginal contracting liquid. I never even knew this existed. So apparently you can put this cream on your chuff and it contracts it to make it tighter. I don't know. Amazing. I mean, the headline's amazing anyway, but the actual stuff is fascinating too. Tighten your chuff. I personally think, from a footballing point of view, it's probably the Glazers. They're based in America, and they've probably used it on their arse because they're so tight. But amazing headline and amazing information. Every day is a school day, as they say. And then there was another headline which, and I have to get this right, went something like this: we banned our trans friend from boys' night and now she won't talk to us. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not one that gets drawn in by clickbait, but straight away you've got me on this. We banned our trans friend from boys' night and now she won't talk to us. So I had to click it and read it, and basically this group of friends have been friends since school, and every week they have, for years, they have a boys' night where it's like down the pub, few beers and go for a curry, or round somebody's house to play darts or whatever like that. And this friend from school, who was previously a boy, used to get invited every now and again, but they've not invited them since they've had the operation. And one of the guys saw them in the local supermarket and they had the right hump. She had the right hump. No, not a joke. There was a joke there, but I'm not going to do it. And basically, she said, well, I never really used to enjoy the boys' nights anyway, because obviously I've always seen myself as a girl, but the fact that I've not been invited really upset me. To which the guy said, look, we're really sorry about that. That wasn't the intent. We just felt that, you know, since you'd taken the steps to become a woman, that a boys' night, which it is, probably wasn't that suitable anymore. Which, you know, I'd be interested to know the comments on this. I mean, it's a very mature conversation to have on going for Goldbridge, or driving to Goldbridge. But another person was spoken to it from the boys group, and he was less sympathetic. He basically said, at the end of the day, she wants to be a girl. She's a girl now. It's boys' night. Tough. Which, again, you sort of can't argue with. You can't have your cake and eat it, I suppose. Which I think was also quoted in the article. But yeah, it's all about different needs and different opinions, I guess, really. But yeah, interesting. I'm sure we'll have more of that to come in the future. But it's nice to be back with a Driving with Goldbridge. It was only ever going to be a short one, so make sure you smash a like and subscribe on the channel. And I certainly do, I was going to sneeze then, I certainly do want to get more out. It's so niche, I really enjoy it. I hope you do too. And make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. And I'll speak to you on the next one. Take care.